Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's video. Day 10 will take us to the 12th of May. We'll be able to extend out beyond that with the CFS and ECM ensembles. Maybe we'll try a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That will get us more or less to the end of May. And I should get on that for you in a moment. Just say that first video says our 6 AM UK weather forecast. And we've also released the European Outlook. Check out those 2 videos if you'd like to do that. Like, share, and subscribe on all of today's videos and content. And thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely Thursday. Okay, we're going to start off with the settling temperature. So the CT confirmed yesterday, of course, for April at 9.6. For the first day of May, the opening day of the month, we came in at 14 degrees, 14.0, 2.8 degrees above the 61 to 1990 average, as I say, about the provisional to yesterday, to the 1st of May. So for the very first day of the month, above average. And that's probably going to be maintained for today as well, because it is still pretty warm out there. But then we're going to see the upper air temperatures and the surface temperature starting to come down a little bit over the bank holiday weekend. So, sorry everybody, these were GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're looking at Exeter today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Exeter, home of UK Met. Of course, we're starting off around average at the moment, a little bit above. We're sticking around average for Exeter through the bank holiday weekend. But into next week, we see the upper air temperatures lifting up. Now, it looks as though next week we'll see a bit of a warming trend taking place, maybe then reverting back close to average again into the second half of May. That's a long way off, though. Extended range and therefore unreliable. Precipitation-wise, we've got more wet weather to come over the next few days as well. So the bank holiday weekend, unfortunately, now is shaping up to be really quite mixed, quite unsettled, with showers and or long spells of rain. However, beyond the bank holiday, wouldn't you know it, we have a drying trend into the second week of May. So drying and warming trend, that is an indication of high pressure getting going. May not last all that long. By the end of the ensemble graph, we're going back into unsettled conditions again. Although, having said that, again, that is extended range and unreliable. Temperature anomalies from the 2nd to 10th of May. A little bit below average in the far south, actually. A little bit above average further north. I think the reason it's below average or slightly below average for the south is probably down to heavy rain keeping the temperature pegged back. Further north, it should be drier, and so there'll be more in the way of sunshine. And the precipitation anomalies from the 2nd to the 10th of May, a bit wetter than average down in the south, and a little bit drier than average further north. Latest wind from that from earthnullschool.net shows that we're bringing in an easterly wind today, proper old easterly blowing. No doubt bracing on the east coast, and plenty of low pressure as well in the Atlantic and to the south of the country, suggesting more unsettled weather to come. And we picked this up very nicely with the chart data with Tabulations UK Met Euro Run. It's looking for midnight on Sunday. Low pressure is starting to move up from the south. And as we go into Bank Holiday Monday, we've got a trough of low pressure sitting over top of the country. So it certainly suggests there'll be showers, if not longer spells of rain, through the course of this weekend. Bank holiday weekend, of course. And now we go through into the middle of next week. We get rid of the low and we start to raise the heights from the south. So a big pattern change taking place here with the UK Met through the middle part of next week as a ridge of high pressure starts building up from the south, and that will turn things not only drier but also warmer into the middle part of next week. Icon again showing unsettled weather over the bank holiday weekend with a trough of low pressure bringing showers and or longer spells of rain. Beyond the bank holiday, we get rid of the low and we start to raise the heights. So typically, we get beyond the weekend where we want it to be settled, and it starts settling down with high pressure bringing drier and warmer conditions. That gets us to midday next Thursday. No KMA again today, so we go on to GFS midnight run. Again, with low pressure in control in the ascendancy through the bank holiday weekend. The low pressure meanders away by the middle of next week as higher pressure starts building over the country. And we really go to town with that area of high pressure into the second half of next week. So up to Friday the 10th of May, well and truly anticyclonic, mostly dry and warm, with winds coming in from a southeasterly direction. And that high pressure sticks around up to day 10 as well, bringing lots of dry, fine and warm weather. Beyond that, though, the high pressure quickly starts to break down. So as we head into the middle part of May, back comes low pressure. And we turn cooler and also much more unsettled again, with bouts of rain returning and winds swinging back into the north. So any high pressure is quite brief. It lasts perhaps about 5 days, something like that. Brings a 5-day window of drier and warmer weather, but quite quickly we find ourselves going back into unsettled, cool conditions again. With a midnight run, what about 6 then? Well, again, we see low pressure is around the country for the bank holiday weekend. So, yes, we will have rain to contend with, unfortunately, this bank holiday weekend. Beyond that, again, same idea, we get rid of below, we start to raise the heights from the south, the high pressure starts building north. So, as we head into the middle of the second half next week, yes, high pressure is in control and in the ascendancy, bring lots of dry, fine and pretty warm weather up to day 10. However, by day 10, already signs that the high pressure is beginning to break down. This is the 12th of May, of course, low pressure out in the Atlantic, and that low then starts coming meandering in as a trough of low pressure, which develops eventually to an area of low pressure by the 15th of May. We look well and truly unsettled with a bit of a dartboard there right over the top of the country, and we keep those cool and unsettled conditions going then through to the end of the GFS 6-day run, which gets us today to the 18th of May. If you enjoyed the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thanks to everyone for doing that. Want to drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. We thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. We only need to put around 17 subscribers to get ourselves to 18.2k. So if you could give us a sub and tell your friends and family to subscribe, that would be incredible. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. GM, again, with low pressure in control for the bank holiday weekend. Oh dear. Next week we find the low pressure getting out of the way, so by the middle of the week heights are starting to rise through the country, bringing drier and more settled weather. Second half of next week looking very pleasant. High pressure dominates over to the east of the country. Should be dry, should be plenty of sunshine and pretty warm temperatures coming in with these gentle easterly southeast winds as well. And the GM, unlike what the GFS output is showing, actually maintains that high pressure up to day 10. So up to day 10, 12th of May, we find ourselves under a 1030 millibar area, not just a ridge, but an area of high pressure sitting over the country. So maybe this could turn into a more prolonged spell of high pressure, who knows. And then we've got the ECM that finally, once more with low pressure, low pressure meandering in from the Atlantic, will be bringing showers and or longer spells of rain through the bank holiday weekend. Into the middle of next week, though, the low pressure gets out of the way, high pressure takes over. So all models are going for this change to high pressure through the middle of next week. The only question is how long is this going to last? What does the ECM do with high pressure? Well, up to the end of next week, 1025 millibar area of high pressure over the country is bringing lots of dry, fine and warm weather. However, day 9 and 10 starts to weaken off the ridge. Little bit inconclusive, but I think by day 10, the ECM is also going in the direction of the GFS output, breaking down the ridge and bringing low pressure back in from off Atlantic. So only a temporary change to high pressure lasting for about 5 days are there as well. Now, this is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. Showers and longer spells of rain to come over the next few days. Some of them could continue to be somewhat thundery. There were some pretty spectacular thunderstorms around last night, I know, down in the south. Congratulations to anybody who got thunder in the night. No bangs in the night going on in GavsWeatherVids towers last night, I can tell you that. But for anybody who did, you know, get a bang last night, then congrats. Now, anyway, go through the bank holiday weekend, and there's further showers, if not longer spells of rain to come. That's Bank Holiday Monday, looking a bit grim for England and Wales. And then beyond that, when we go into high pressure, so it starts turning drier through the middle and second half next week. I'm going to get myself into so much trouble one of these days, aren't I? However, by day 10, rain is returning to the north and the west, suggesting that any high pressure is going to be pretty short-lived. Now, I'm just going to pause the video because I haven't got the options up on the table from the Icelandic Met Office. So let's get those up for you, and I'll see you in a second. Right, here we go, Ben. Whoops, here we go. Where are the options? Where are they? There we are. Right, here we go. These are the options. Never mind. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 12th of May. 15 members of the ECM ensembles with a ridge of high pressure building northwards. So that looks mostly dry. Mostly dry and fine and quite warm at day 10. We've got 14 with high pressure again over top of the country. That will bring mostly dry, fine and pretty warm conditions. Another 14, high pressure still in control, but lower pressure to the north and the west, starting to put that high pressure under pressure. That includes the control and the operational run. And then we've got 8 with high pressure a little bit more out to the west of the country. Again, that should bring a lot of dry weather, but it could be a little bit cool with winds in from the north. All the options seem to involve high pressure, really, to some degree anyway, up to day 10. So I think we are going to get this break in the unsettled weather. We are going to get some higher pressure later next week. In 2 weeks' time, how long will it last? So that's the question. 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It will get us to the 17th of May. 13 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure back in control. So, obviously, that could be quite unsettled. We've got 12 with low pressure around Iceland, high pressure to the southwest. That's probably going to be a little bit cool and showery. We've got another 12 just here with like a ridge, some sort of ridge close to the country, but low pressure in the Atlantic. That's probably going to be relatively warm, but could be a bit showery. 7 with high pressure over top of the country, and then another 7 with high pressure to the northwest, and low pressure is over the continent. That will bring the wind in from the east. So it could be a bit on the unsettled side in southern regions. So very inconclusive there, I think, at 2 weeks out. Day 10, fine. Looks like we will still just about be under high pressure anyway. But in 2 weeks' time, very inconclusive about whether the high pressure will hold on or whether we'll go back to lower pressure. And obviously, we will keep you posted about that. CFS V2 finally. These are 500 millibar height, and I bring it down into week periods. The first week period takes from the 2nd to the 8th of May. The next week with high pressure up towards Scandinavia, low pressure out to the Atlantic. That will bring the wind in from a southeasterly direction. Though unsettled for southern and western areas anyway, but should be quite mild. Week 2, big change. It's been 9th to the 15th of May. High pressure right over top of the country as you drive by, and warm. Week 3, we'll see, or will be a 16th, 22nd of May, and we'll see high pressure slipping further eastwards with low pressure out to the Atlantic. Winds come up from the south, so it should be warm. Warm enough, but might start more unsettled. Dare I say it, maybe even a bit volatile, a bit thundering. And then week 4 is the 23rd to 29th of May. High pressure is over Scandinavia. Low pressure is out to the Atlantic. Winds probably still coming in from like a southeasterly direction. So looks like it's going to be a warm May this, but could be, as we suggested in our spring forecast actually, could be a little bit volatile, could be a little bit thundery, and a little bit on the wet side. So warm and wet maybe for the second half of May, but we shall see. Right, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much everyone for doing that. Won't drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. We thank you so much everybody for doing that. I'll just tell you what's happening on my channel tomorrow. We're going to have the 6 AM UK weather forecast. Got Jerry Friday and 10 to 14 day coming up for you tomorrow as well. So please keep checking back to the channel for more. But for this video, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.